On the morning of November 11th, 1918, the guns fell eerily silent. The Great War that had consumed the world for more than 4 years was finally over. The once mighty empires of Germany, Austria-Hungary, and Turkey were destroyed.
The treaty dismembered Germany and its allies, the Austro-Hungarian Empire and the Ottoman Empire. These large and powerful states were to be broken up so that the various ethnic groups they contained would have their own separate countries. Unfortunately, however, this checkerboard of small independent nations would prove to be too weak in vengeance-seeking Germany. Instead of healing old wounds, the Treaty of Versailles only succeeded in creating a new discontent. More drastic solutions would soon replace the fumbling of the diplomats.
The Russian Revolution transformed a nation from imperialism to communism, and millions upon millions of lives across the world were lost in what was called the War to End All Wars. But over the next 20 years, an uneasy peace would fuel old hatreds, lead to the rise of dictatorships, and set the wheels in motion for what many nations believed was unimaginable: World War II.
The Second World War began with Adolf Hitler's surprise attack on Poland. A massive German army, spearheaded by armored divisions and backed up by the Luftwaffe, the German Air Force, reached Warsaw in 6 days. This was the first dramatic display of the Blitzkrieg, or lightning warfare. Days after Fascist Italy under Benito Mussolini declared war on the Allies, the Germans marched into Paris. Meanwhile, Stalin annexed the Baltic states and Moldavia.
propaganda film could portray jubilant Japanese aviators smashing the American fleet at Pearl Harbor. Doubters were persuaded.
In North Africa, Italy's defeat brought the Third Reich into the field, and the elite Afrika Korps under General Erwin Rommel began a drive on the Suez Canal. In an impressive campaign, the Desert Fox pushed the British into Egypt. In June 1941, Hitler tore up his pact with Stalin and plunged into Russia with 3 million men. Hitler ordered a new armored attack, initiating the war's main encounter between the Russian and German armies. The campaign cost the Germans 1 million men. The Russians repulsed the invaders and began a great westward drive, lifting the 2-year siege of Leningrad and smashing through into Axis territory. In the spring, the Allies breached the Gustav Line and liberated Rome. Under the command of General Dwight Eisenhower, Operation Overlord saw the largest amphibious assault in history, the invasion of Normandy on June 6th. Meanwhile, a new Russian offensive pushed to the borders of Poland. Allied forces advanced in Italy, broke out of Normandy, and landed in southern France. Paris was liberated, while in the east, Soviet troops took Bucharest. The advance continued on a broad front. Hitler personally directed one final offensive in the west, the Battle of the Bulge. But, under the weight of a two-front war, the Third Reich collapsed. On April 30th, in his bunker beneath the rubble of Berlin, Hitler took his own life. Germany surrendered a week later.
Yesterday morning at 2:41 a.m. at General Eisenhower's headquarters, General Jodl, the representative of the German High Command, and of Grand Admiral Dönitz, the designated head of the German state, signed the act of unconditional surrender of all German land, sea, and air forces in Europe to the Allied Expeditionary Forces and simultaneously to the Soviet High Command. Hostilities will end officially at 1 minute after midnight tonight, Tuesday, the 8th of May. We may allow ourselves a brief period of rejoicing. Today is Victory in Europe Day. Long live the cause of freedom. God save the King.